Welcome back, everybody. This is 7 Minutes for Seniors. This is our fifth and final segment here at Next Day Access in Elkton, Florida, with Cathy and Drew Jolly. If you haven't seen the other segments, make sure you go back and check them out. Learn some interesting things. You and I need to cook together some night. Get the ladies together, and they can have their seltzers.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
All right.
wine. I mean, I drink wine too.
Well, wine is fine,
Yeah.
right? So, so if you had the opportunity to meet anybody, who would it be? Living, dead, fictional? Like I'm always fascinated by the names that people come up with.
I think Abraham Lincoln,
Why?
just because the stuff he went through and the decisions he made put this country on a course that to bring us to greatness that
Yeah.
we would have never achieved had he not been there and had the intestinal fortitude to not quit and to see something through to the end,
Yeah.
which eventually brought his death. But
Yeah.
I think that would be somebody really cool to meet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's not a wrong answer.
Yeah.
I mean, well, nobody said there's
John
probably
Manson.
there's probably a couple names that I'm like, yeah, but I mean, still, it's your reason, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's values are valuable. So
Yeah.
whatever your reason is, I'm good with it. I
Yeah.
definitely would love to meet Abraham
Yeah.
Lincoln. Have you been to Gettysburg?
No, I heard that I had friends. I have a really good friend from Pennsylvania, and he talks about Gettysburg. I went to Shiloh. I've never been to
Okay.
Gettysburg, but same thing happened there.
I felt like I heard voices when I was in
Yeah,
Gettysburg. I was like 12 or 13 years old.
The
for
other
4 days,
place that I went to
yeah.
that made my skin crawl was Andersonville, which is in Georgia, which was a Union prison.
Right.
You should watch it. It's on HBO.
Never heard of it.
Well, it was a Union prison, so it was a terrible place, and it's in this V, and at the bottom of the V was the water source, and the problem with being in a V, especially in Georgia in the clay, if you go to the bathroom up here, it's going to wind up down there.
Well, yeah.
And
it works that way everywhere.
Yeah,
Drew.
well,
it rolls downhill, right?
Well, but what was awful and good, depending on your take on this, is they had a line that was like 10 foot around the wall of the prison, like on the inside, and they said, if you cross that line, we'll shoot you.
Oh wow!
And they would.
Who would you want to meet?
Mine, I feel horrible because I was gonna say somebody like Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown, Jimmy Buffett, like
Cool.
those type of.
Are you a musician, or you just like music?
No, we are paired heads.
Okay.
And so I don't know, it's the boating, it's the I don't know, just that's our happy spot. It's our therapy.
We'd have a harder time getting Jimmy Buffett back together,
Yeah,
but
true,
I mean,
exactly.
but like I said, a
Yeah.
living, dead, a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
fake. I don't care, whoever.
Just
So-
saltwater therapy, talking about it, just the stories. We've met some people on the intercoastal when we've gone to dinner, and they actually were. He drove a boat and somehow met Jimmy Buffett when he was still alive.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And he was
a captain of this boat, and he was captaining Keith Urban's boat. So he had Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman on one boat.
Oh wow!
And Jimmy Buffett and his whatever were over in the same harbor. And so he went over and he met Jimmy Buffett. Keith Urban said, go over there and ask him to dinner. So him and the first mate went over there, and they got on the boat, and they're like looking around starstruck, and there's like surfboards all on the inside of the boat, and they're checking them out. And then all of a sudden Jimmy Buffett pops up from down below, and he's like, hey. And they're like, hey, Mr. Buffett, Mr. Kidman wanted, or Mr. whatever his name is.
He probably did take the last name.
Yeah, he probably should have. Mr. Urban wanted to invite you over to dinner. And he's like, all right, first off, my name's Jimmy. And he goes, do y'all like beer? And he's like, well, yeah, we like beer. But Mr. Buffett, Mr. Urban wants you to come to dinner. And they were releasing Land Shark beer. So he gave them Land Shark lager. And so anyway, they didn't end up, Jimmy never made it to dinner, but afterwards Keith Urban had a party on his boat, and Jimmy showed up for the party. And then they went back to this bar in this little island community, and the local band that Keith Urban had hired to play on the boat got them back into the bar, and they jammed till like 3 in the
Oh,
morning.
wow.
It was like 12 people in the room.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that'd be
"Holy
awesome. Okay, so where do you see yourself? So you guys have had your franchise for about a year now,
Yeah,
just a
well,
little under a year,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So okay, so you're kind of green to this. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw you right to the fire. Where are you in 5 years? What's the plan for the business in 5 years?
5 years. My 5-year plan is what I want to do is I want to get this one up and running. I have a different throughout life. I've always had goals that are financial based. This I'm taking a little different tack because I've learned that the more people you help, the more successful you become. So, like year one, I want to help 480 families. So by year 5, I want to be helping 2,000
Where are we at?
families.
Where are we at so far this year?
I don't really know, but we're
Oh, we can pull that
yeah.
result.
You
We
need to
haven't-
you need
Yeah.
to tell me the
Yeah.
number.
Okay.
Whatever the number that they've done is going to be right underneath my hand. There
Okay.
you go.
We will
You're
get
going to
Yeah.
tell me what the number is.
Yes,
Alright.
we
And
will.
how many
We'll
months
run
are
that
we?
report.
How many months are we in
We
right now?
started March 28th.
Yeah. So we're only
Of this year.
Yeah.
Of this
So we're
year.
only a few months.
That's
in.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
So yeah, give me the number. Let's see where we're
Yeah.
at.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
I'll do it.
Okay, so 5 years, and then you said
Yeah.
2,000 by 5 years.
Yeah. 2,000 in 5 years, but my short term goal or 5-year plan is to get this up and running and have my boys take it over
Mhm.
and continue to provide the same amount of service. And then I want to go over to the west coast of Florida in Panama City, Destin, that area,
Yeah.
and buy one over there and duplicate what I did here
Okay.
over there.
Well, in
Yes.
5 years, we'll be doing 7 minutes for seniors with your boys. Then.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And our one of our best friends moved up to Birmingham, and they actually have another franchise up there, and they are part of the reason why we're here
Right.
because they kind of they told us to look at it too as well, and we both lived in the Tallahassee area,
My old
so
fishing buddy.
Yeah.
So basically, the idea was if he could take this side, we could take this side, and we just
Just
kind of
yeah.
come
Yeah.
together.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
So,
You know,
yeah.
successful businesses are able to expand, and successful businesses are the people you want to do business with.
Right.
So
That's true.
nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's been our 5th and final segment of 7 Minutes for Seniors. I appreciate you guys
Thanks,
so
Chris.
much. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Like every time I talk about you guys, I got a smile on my face because it's just so important what you guys do, and we're going to help so many people.
That's
So
true.
I appreciate you guys. Please reach out to them if you have any questions. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Their contact information is there, and I want to help them get to 485 by March 28th of next year. So
That's
we'll
our
make it
goal.
happen. Y'all have a good day. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.